The Alabama Farmers Federation and the Alabama Farmers Cooperative proudly present Simply Southern with your hosts Jim Allen and Mary Johnson.
Good morning and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Jim Allen.
And I'm Mary Johnson. Thanks for joining us for the unique stories of life in the South. On today's show, we'll take a trip to Harmony School in Logan, Alabama, where students are taking ownership of keeping the campus clean. Then we'll see how the Alabama Ag in the Classroom program is arming educators with the materials they need to teach students about farming in the state. And to wrap up the show, we'll get the latest news and information from Sidney Phelps of Bonnie Plants.
But we'll start our program with a drive to a place that's sure to stir jealousy in characters like Fonzie and Danny Zuko. It's the Wellborn Muscle Car Museum in Alexander City.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
The blessing of Alabama agriculture is more than 3 meals a day. It means independence from foreign nations, freedom to pursue other jobs and activities, conservation of natural resources, and preservation of family values. For 93 years, the Alabama Farmers Federation has brought together the men and women whose work fills our plates and fuels the American dream.
Today's farming operation is more complex than ever before, with precision agriculture becoming an integral piece to farm management. AccuField provides precision agriculture technologies and site-specific management capabilities in a simplified and interactive format, helping you put all the pieces of the farming puzzle together. For more information, visit us at www.accufield.com.
Carl and Jan were camping with their family.
Hey, sweetie, do you mind if I get your wallet? I'm going to run down and get some hot dogs for dinner.
You know we're going to catch dinner, right?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Jan lost his wallet at the store. There was no ID in it, but the guy who found it found my business card and called me. I liked saving them money, but I loved helping them save their vacation. It was a good call.
For service and savings, call Alpha.
Tartar sauce, hon?
Yes! The dream of owning an American muscle car is etched in the minds of many people, especially those who grew up in the 60s and 70s. The Wellborn Muscle Car Museum helps bring these dreams to life. From Hemi Chargers, Boss Mustangs, and LS6 Chevelles, to Cougar Eliminators, Buick GSX, Cudas, and Roadrunners. Let's take a closer look at some powerful American automotive history. Whether you're a gearhead or just somebody who appreciates classic cars made in the good old USA, you'll get your engines running with one visit to the Wellborn Muscle Car Museum. It's a living, moving, big engine loving place that's a tribute to a special time in American car making history. The museum is in a restored car dealership built in Alexander City. And as you roam through the building, you'll see a lot of nostalgia from that legendary time period.
Everything that you look at in here, we tried to the nth degree to duplicate. If you went back to a dealership in 1970, these are the placards you'd see. These are the things sitting on the cars to help sell them. And yes, these are the period plastics and neons that you would have found in that era as well. So it's like going back in time. Anybody that likes to go back in time, and you like automobiles, this is the place right here.
Tim Wellborn owns the Living Car Museum. He's been in love with muscle cars, especially the Dodge Chargers, his whole life. It's a love he got from his father.
I've collected 23 426 Hemi Chargers, and they only made 63, so we actually have a third of them, so I've collected those all through the years very heavily. We have the very first car that Chrysler built in 1971. It's called a pilot car. They hand build that car so that they know that the parts fit before they start an assembly lineup, because it was a total makeover or changeover from the previous model. Not supposed to be sold to the public ever, but somehow it got out, got sold, and it's sitting right over here, this red one. And And we also have the very last Hemi Charger built.
You'll also find cars designed for NASCAR, Mercury Cougar Eliminators, Ford Boss Mustangs, Chevy Chevelle SS, Roadrunners, and much more from the late 60s and early 70s.
That was really the best of everything coming together. You started getting the Hemi engine in 1964, but only a few of them. And then up through 65 and 6, they began to get on the tracks and make some things happen. And then all of a sudden, the youth in the country got to liking this thing and said, well, I'd like to have that. And a Charger or whatever is winning on Sunday, that's what I want to drive on Monday. So the manufacturers all geared up in a big way to sell things that the new youth, your 20-year-olds would want to buy. So it was a period where you got the wildest colors. I call it the psychedelic drug year colors, because you had everything from plum crazy purple to sassy grass green to top banana yellows, and all the manufacturers were doing that.
Wellborn's collection really runs the gamut, and he's proud of every one of them.
There's a 1971 Plymouth GTX sitting back here, and it came with a 426 Hemi. They only made a little over 60 of them. But what makes this one special is it came with a sunroof. And we all take sunroofs for granted today, but in 1971 they made one Hemi sunroof GTX 4-speed with a sunroof in it. And that's it sitting there. And when you combine the $474 sunroof and an $870 Hemi engine, along with a cassette player and all the other power windows and everything in the car, it became more expensive than a Coupe de Ville in 1971.
The museum also features what Tim calls barn finds, old cars such as a 426 Roadrunner they found in a barn in Texas. It's on display for the public along with other untouched cars and junk parts. And the collection has ties to Hollywood. Some of the cars were in well-known TV shows and movies.
If you watch Smokey and the Bandit back in the past, we have Burt Reynolds' Bandit TA. It's on loan right now. It's not in here at the moment. It's over at the Motorsports Hall of Fame in Talladega. We also have James Garner, who unfortunately died this year. We have his car that he used in probably well over half of the episodes of the Rockford Files. So it's kind of fun to see people come in and oh, I remember this program.
And perhaps the most prized thing about this collection is that the cars still run.
The biggest smile I get on my face is driving one of these when I hear them start up at Big V8 and we go down the road, and I drive it for a week, and that's what keeps them perfect.
Tim invites everybody to come up for a visit. The museum is open on Saturdays from 10 to 4 and other times by appointment. The Muscle Car Museum rotates its inventory regularly, so even if you've visited before, you'll find other amazing vehicles on a return trip. Group rates are available. Find more information online at wellbornmusclecarmuseum.com. Up next, see how students at Harmony School in Coleman County are keeping their campus clean. And later, Alabama teachers have the chance to learn new and innovative techniques for incorporating agriculture into lesson plans with the Alabama Ag in the Classroom Summer Institute.
Alabama soybean farmers help fuel the state's economy. Soybeans are used to make clean, renewable biodiesel and are a key ingredient in feed for poultry, catfish, and livestock. Soybeans are used in dozens of products we use every day. But best of all, soybean farmers generate $258 million and more than 4,000 jobs for Alabama's economy, all while helping conserve our natural resources. Explore the power of soy.
We believe a plant should be more than a plant. This one is. It's all you need for your garden to succeed. Because it's a Bonnie plant. It represents hundreds of varieties of Bonnie's quality veggies and herbs. But more, it's from generations of Bonnie people who are passionate about sharing their love of gardening with you. Look for this little Bonnie plant and a whole family of plants like it in your garden center. Bonnie plants, so you'll know how to grow.
Alabama wheat and feed grain farmers grow food, fuel, and freedom. Their harvest helps feed Alabama's multi-million-dollar livestock, catfish, and poultry industries while reducing America's dependence on foreign countries for energy and food. By combining their strength with farmers of other commodities, feed grain growers are fueling the economic growth of Alabama communities.
It's been said, without hard work, nothing grows but weeds. This is certainly true in agriculture. At the Alabama Farmers Federation, we know success is not born of fancy words, grand ideas, or good intentions. It's a result of wise planning, bold leadership, dedicated work, and blessings from above.
Nothing can ruin a beautiful school campus or outdoor attraction quite like trash littered across the site. That's why Alabama PALS, which stands for People Against a Littered State, is working hard to keep Alabama litter-free. The group's Clean Campus program now has more than 500 schools enrolled with the goals of controlling litter, increasing recycling efforts, and beautifying school campuses. Samantha Carpenter tells us how students are getting involved in the program at Harmony School in Logan, Alabama.
Trash. It's something everyone has, but if it ends up outside a garbage can, in a park, a stream, or even someone's yard, it can cause big problems. That's where Jamie Mitchell and Alabama PALS comes in.
PALS stands for People Against a Littered State, and we are an organization that is committed to keeping Alabama more beautiful and litter-free. And we, in addition to doing the Clean Campus program that I do, we also do the Adopt a Mile, Adopt an Area, and Adopt a Stream programs.
The program is sponsored by Alpha Insurance and the Alabama Farmers Cooperative, and it's growing every year.
And our Clean Campus program involves about 500 schools around the state. And what it is schools will sign up with us to become a Clean Campus school, and they will form a committee at the school to figure out ways to keep their campus clean by doing litter cleanups around their campus. They will a lot of times work on doing some recycling in their school.
They added 42 schools just in the last year, and the program has clear and clean goals.
The purpose of the program for the children is for them to see firsthand what litter looks like, how bad it can look, and how great it can look after it's cleaned up. They can learn more about recycling, how to reuse materials.
Among the lessons they learn is that glass should be reused or recycled and not thrown away.
I show specifically a glass container because glass containers can take, it says, if you look it up online, it can take up to about 1 million years for those to decompose on their own, and that's really because we don't know how long a container like that can last.
That means students should learn to reduce, reuse, recycle, and spread the message to their parents and friends.
My goal with them when teaching them about reducing, reusing, and recycling is so that they can really, like I said, think about ways that instead of throwing things out and just letting it go into a landfill, things that they can do instead of that there are other options out there.
And as they learn about trash and the problems it can cause, they become eager to help.
They really are very excited about trying to help and make their campus look better, make their communities look better. So we always get just really a lot of smiles and excitement out of them.
Another big lesson they learn, if you are caught littering in Alabama, you face a fine of up to $500, a pricey punishment that everyone can avoid.
I always tell them you're small, but you have a big voice. So they can go out and make a big difference in the community. They can spread the word to their parents. That's the first thing my kids do when they get into the car, is if they've seen something exciting at school that day, they always come back and tell me. And if they find out that there's any kind of a penalty with something that I'm doing, you better believe they're going to come back and tell me that for sure. So if they find out that it's a $500 fine for littering, they're going to go spread the word.
In addition to anti-litter message, students can take part in campus beautification projects, as well as a poster and essay contest in which they can win up to $250. And that's something schools like the Harmony School can get behind. The Coleman County K-8 school just started the program, and it's already taking off with their students.
And we believe that there's lots of things that these children need to be learning as far as leadership abilities and taking initiative in things that go on here at their school, and to have some investment in their school so that they'll know that what they do here is important as what the adults that work with them. So it's very important for them to see and have some ownership in what they do here at the school.
Outside of schools, the public is encouraged to join the Alabama PALS mission. They have Adopt a Mile, Stream, or Area available all over the state. They also have around 5,000 people each year participate in a fall beach cleanup. If you want more information, it's easy to sign up.
They can go online to alpals.org and look up more about it. They can give me a call personally at 334-354 4214, and I can give them any information that they might want to know about becoming a Clean Campus school and about having me come out and do a program for the school.
For Simply Southern, I'm Samantha Carpenter.
The Clean Campus program includes a competition. Schools must apply, and winners are announced at the annual PALS Governor's Awards Luncheon each November. The winning Clean Campus schools receive cash prizes. For more information, just go to alpals.org. When we come back, we'll see how the Alabama Ag in the Classroom Summer Institute helps teachers prepare agriculture-based lessons for their students.
Alabama wheat and feed grain farmers grow food, fuel, and freedom. Their harvest helps feed Alabama's multi-million-dollar livestock, catfish, and poultry industries while reducing America's dependence on foreign countries for energy and food. By combining their strength with farmers of other commodities, feed grain growers are fueling the economic growth of Alabama communities.
Today's farming operation is more complex than ever before, with precision agriculture becoming an integral piece to farm management. AccuField provides precision agriculture technologies and site-specific management capabilities in a simplified and interactive format, helping you put all the pieces of the farming puzzle together. For more information, visit us at www.accufield.com.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
Alabama soybean farmers help fuel the state's economy. Soybeans are used to make clean, renewable biodiesel and are a key ingredient in feed for poultry, catfish, and livestock. Soybeans are used in dozens of products we use every day. But best of all, soybean farmers generate $258 million and more than 4,000 jobs for Alabama's economy, all while helping conserve our natural resources. Explore the power of soy.
Every year, teachers from across the state participate in the Alabama Ag in the Classroom Summer Institute. After the 3-day program, attendees are armed with creative lessons to help teach students about agriculture. Kevin Worthington tells us more.
Teachers, and students for that matter, look forward to summer for a vacation. But dozens of Alabama public school teachers look forward to the summer for another reason. The Ag in the Classroom Summer Teachers Institute that's held every June.
And it is for educators who teach kindergarten through 6th grade, and also extension agents and soil and water conservation district conservationists. And we also have media specialists from schools, principals, and superintendents who are invited to participate as well.
The program's been in Alabama for more than 20 years.
I believe in the early 80s it was brought to Alabama by Miss Jane Alice Lee, and she wanted our teachers to have the opportunity to learn about agriculture.
It's successful because of the large amount of resources poured into the project to educate the teachers and keep farming in front of Alabama's students in the classroom.
And what we do at the Summer Institute, we provide curriculum, we provide DVDs and activities that teachers who attend our workshop can take back to their individual classrooms and share with their students about agriculture and let them know where their food and fiber comes from.
The last 2 years it's been held in the Birmingham area. Teachers have learned firsthand about outdoor gardens and classrooms at 2 schools, as well as participating in farm tours.
We went to a couple of different schools, Bluff Park Elementary and also Clay Chalkville High School, and there are some teachers who have taken on the responsibilities of teaching students about gardening and also building classrooms in a way that they can give back to their communities.
Teachers say the program is interesting to them, and it's so successful because it's hands-on. In other words, they get their hands dirty.
They have followed up with me and told me that they have built school gardens and gotten grants and funding to build different things in their school settings, and how the children have gotten involved and started planting their gardens.
And when the teachers take the lessons they learn back to their schools, students learn more in a number of subjects.
There's so much here in terms of measurement, graphing, weighing, measuring the plants as they grow, so much in math that they can use, as well as science. They all study plants. Every child goes through a science lesson on plants, but this has such a broader appeal.
One of the main things teachers and students get out of the program is how food gets from the farm to the store to your refrigerator.
A lot of children don't really have a concept where their hamburgers coming from, where their hot dogs. They need to know what they're eating and what animals produce these things, you know. And I'm being honest with you, I didn't know there was that many different kind of cows. I was shocked myself.
This year's conference will be held in North Alabama.
We are planning to go to Huntsville for the Summer Institute this year. It will be June the 3rd through the 5th. That is a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and we hope that teachers from all across Alabama will apply to attend. We accept applications until April the 15th of this year.
For more information on the Ag in the Classroom Teacher Institute, go to their website at alabamaAITC.org. Up to 95 teachers have the opportunity to attend this year. For Simply Southern, I'm Kevin Worthington.
Applications for the Summer Institute are normally due in April, with the workshop taking place in June or July. Even without attending the Institute, educators can find helpful resources at the Ag in the Classroom website. Just visit alabamaAITC.org. Up next on Simply Southern, Sidney Phelps will be here with the latest news from Bonnie Plants.
This seems unbelievable, but I promise it's true.
What's with the buzzing? Oh, that's a raven. That's a good omen. He knows we're coming back with dinner.
Well, that bird had a bunch of friends. And when Scott got back to the camper...
Well, that was a bust! What? Scott! Wait, what did you do? It's raining inside.
His new camper was a total loss, but his Alpha policy covered it.
It's that bird.
For service and savings, call Alpha.
Making sure you're covered?
Good call.
What one thing can you say about your local quality co-op store? You can trust us. You get what you need for your farm, for your lawn and garden, and the safest products for your pets. We're locally owned and operated, and you can trust that we care about our community and the people in it. So if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, the Quality Co-op Store has exactly what you need to get the job done. All this plus friendly, knowledgeable advice. Your Quality Co-op Store. There's one near you.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
We believe a plant should be more than a plant. This one is. It's all you need for your garden to succeed. Because it's a Bonnie plant. It represents hundreds of varieties of Bonnie's quality veggies and herbs. But more, it's from generations of Bonnie people who are passionate about sharing their love of gardening with you. Look for this little Bonnie plant and a whole family of plants like it in your garden center. Bonnie plants, so you'll know how to grow.
Hey folks, Sidney Phelps here with Bonnie Plants. Today I'm in one of our propagation houses here in Union Springs, Alabama. And you can see I've got rosemary and oregano. Across the way there's some thyme, as well as several other herbs that Bonnie has to offer. What you might not know is these herbs are not started from seed as you saw in previous weeks where they're germinated and put into a finished plug house. These are propagated, which means they are stripped down from a live plant, put through a process, and they end up here on these tables. Now these plugs will be here for several weeks and then they'll go off to be transplanted into the finished product that the consumers see at the store. But luckily for us today, we've got Travis Hammonds. He's a grower for Bonnie Plants, and he's going to explain all the ins and outs of propagation and how we do this here in Union Springs.
Propagation for Bonnie Plants is a process where we take grown, mature plants and we take cuttings off of them and then root those cuttings, making new plants.
With the seeded variety, you know, it develops a seed and its root system. With the propagation, you're kind of taking that cutting and developing the roots from there.
Yes, with the propagation, we actually have to keep the plant alive while it develops roots. So it's a little bit more labor intensive as far as taking the cutting, keeping it alive, and then also cutting the plant when it does grow roots.
From a hardy plant, let's use rosemary. Rosemary is probably one of the most common herbs that we use. What are the steps that you can tell us that they'll go through to get to a plug that will be transplanted into a finished product?
So we take a mature plant that we have on site, we'll take cuttings, 2 to 3 inch cutting. We'll take that plant, and within a couple hours we'll have it strip the lower leaves, dip it in a rooting hormone, and then stick it in the soil media. And from there, to go on our mixture tables, we'll have the mist timed to a certain length of mist throughout the day, and it'll eventually grow roots in about 10 days.
Okay, so the root system develops after 10 days, probably another 7 to 8 days after that, or maybe even another couple of weeks before it's ready to be transplanted on for finished product use.
Yeah, once the roots develop on it, we give it about another week, and we actually take cuttings off of that plug as well.
Okay.
So we pretty much double up on our cuttings, and then once we take that cutting, it's ready for transplant. So within 2 weeks to 18, 20 days, we like to have them to where they're going.
Thanks to Travis, we found out all kinds of information about propagation. And as you can see, they've been putting in a lot of time and a lot of work. There are thousands of plants here in these greenhouses that are developing that root system that he was talking about. Well, with a few weeks, they're going to sit here, and then it's off to getting transported to being transplanted into those final finished products for you, the consumers. So hang tight. The herbs are on their way, and we hope you enjoy them as soon as you see them. But if you want to know about the varieties, be sure to go check out that website and see the list of full herbs that Bonnie carries.
Thanks to Sidney Phelps for that tour. We really get to see a little bit more of the work that goes on behind the scenes there at Bonnie Plants.
Well, Bonnie grows the best plants on the planet.
That is very true. And if you'd like to see more about what they offer, go to bonnieplants.com.
For more details on each of today's feature stories, be sure to visit the websites for each location. Go to wellbornmusclecarmuseum.com to see a slice of automotive Americana.
Information on Alabama PALS and its Clean Campus program is available at alpals.org. And you can find teaching resources and upcoming event information for the Ag in the Classroom program at alabamaaitc.org. Plus, bonnieplants.com has a ton of expert gardening advice to make your garden better than ever this year.
You can also find website information for each story on our Simply Southern Facebook page. Be sure to like Simply Southern for those links and updates on future episodes. On next week's Simply Southern, we'll visit with Tom Hendricks in Lauderdale County, who has worked for more than 3 decades to build a memorial stone wall in tribute to his great-great-grandmother.
That is a lot of dedication. We'll also see how 2 Alabama farm families are taking their beef cattle straight from the gate to your plate with a visit to River Region Beef.
Thanks for watching this week's Simply Southern. I'm Jim Allen.
And I'm Mary Johnson. We hope to see you again next Sunday.
Simply Southern is a production of the Alabama Farmers Cooperative and the Alabama Farmers Federation.